live now. When we're live on Facebook, which we are now, we've got a couple of people that have given us some thumbs up already. As people start hopefully commenting on this video, in the comments tab on our screen, we'll have some messages that will come up, like this one from Judy. She said that she hopes to be around later. We've got one person watching already. I don't know if it is Judy. So what we're going to do today, we're going to have a bit of an overall chat about hosteling. Now, a lot of people think of traditionally youth hostels, which back in my day, it used to be you had a pillowcase sleeping bag, and you had to do all of the chores at the hostel to do all the cleaning, to do all of the bed changing, and all of those sort of essential bits and pieces. And hosteling has changed an awful lot since then. And there's obviously the Youth Hostel Association here in the UK. You've got the Scottish Youth Hostel Association, but there are also a whole host of independent hostels. And joining me today from Kendal Hostel, as you saw in the link down there, we have Jan and Christina. So if you two would like to introduce yourselves and tell people who's who.
Okay, so I'm Christina, and this is Jan. We run the Kendal Hostel that's in Kendal, that's in Cumbria. And yeah, I'm not really quite sure what to say. Go on, Jan.
Right. Well, basically, it was bought. This is the second hostel about 9-10 years ago. Sort of taking back to because not a good idea to associate the hostel.
Get ideas?
Okay. Your audio is very low, Jan. Your audio is very low.
The audio is very low, so just speak up.
All right, yeah. So, well, as I say, I tend to do all the talking, so it's...
You tend to do all the talking, so we might need an interpreter for this one. So the person that was watching was Kathy. She says that she used to do youth hostels a lot when they were younger. Her and her other half, Mark, they are still young. They're very keen cyclists, and they travel around quite a lot when we're safe and allowed to do so on push bikes. So you never know, maybe we'll get them back into hosteling again. So if you want to perhaps give us an overview of where we are with what a modern hostel has to offer, and you might want to specifically mention one in Kendal perhaps.
So our hostel is a very old building. It's 300 years old. So we're not exactly modern. We don't have the glass fronts. We don't have the lift. We have the original staircase. We've got the original fireplaces. And on the ground floor, we have sort of our lounge and reception area. And then on the first floor, we have like the kitchen and the dining room. So I don't know if I can flip. So we're actually sat in our dining room at the moment. So this is our dining room, and this is where Jan sat. So this is where we are, and it slopes. We're a very old, very quirky building, and oh, she's going to show you the wall that's got a huge crack in and things like that. So that adds to the. We're grade 2 listed as well. So sorry, you have to ignore the dogs. The dogs aren't normally here. But so this is our kitchen. So it's more sort of a commercial kitchen, but this is what everyone can use. So we've got an instant hot water boiler, we've got 2 sinks, got hand wash, they've got an oven, microwave, fridge, and then we've got the shelving for everyone to put all their things on. So, oh, John's going to toast.
The all-important wine glasses.
So, we've even got, I forgot to say, we've got the independent hostel guides. Little mugs on our shelves as well, and then we've got our own mugs as well. So
okay, now in the wings, I don't know if she is watching. I have invited to join us Sam from the Independent Hostel Guide. She and her team put this really good book together, and she's declined to join us on video. She's a little bit camera shy. So here is the link for the independent hostels, and it's a pretty substantial book, and it goes a bit like a directory, and it's showing all sorts of different hostels all over the UK. And it says in the 2020 version on 180B, Kendal Hostel, a Georgian townhouse in the historic market town of Kendal, is next to well-known Brewery Arts Centre and only a stone's throw from the town centre. Facilities include 13 bedrooms for up to 65 guests, a kitchen. Now, you've already shown us the kitchen and the dining room. We've got a lounge, a bike shed. Apparently, you've got Wi-Fi, single, double, family and group rooms, plus single and mixed sex dormitories. Pet friendly. There's the guide here shows all sorts of bits and pieces. And if you go onto the website down there, you can go off and have a look. And there's a link through to the Kendal Hostel website, which is now on the screen for you. So for those of us that perhaps don't know Kendal very well, what is there to see and do apart from you two lovely ladies in Kendal?
Well, since I'm a Community Blue Badge guide, I've chosen to answer this one. We're an absolutely wonderful location. We're only 6 miles off the M6. We're on the Oxford Home is only 1 stop away on the Windermere Lake line. So that's the train. What have we got here? We've got 2 households. One of the households was the ancestral home of Kendal Farm. We've got the Abigail Gallery, we've got the Museum of Lakeland Life. We've also got one of the widest parish churches in England. It's got 5 aisles. It's actually 6 feet in wider than St Paul's, and we don't charge you a penny to go in. We've got the Kendal Museum. We've got the Chocolate House. We've got the Quaker Tapestry. It goes on. There's so many nooks and crannies. There's so much to see here. It's a lovely sort of market historic town. It's well came from sort of wool. So wool is my bread is its motto. We are sort of a little hidden gem, and everybody who comes here, wants to come back. And the amount of people who actually want to come and live here after this, they stay is great. And we've got a very family warm atmosphere. Right? A lot of people come for one night and end up staying a week.
Well, I have a number of interests that take me all over the country when we're allowed out to do so. I've got. Have you two muted yourself? Are you chatting amongst yourselves now? Sharing tips?
I'm portraying what you're saying.
Okay.
We also take dogs as well because I think we're very close to sort of walking area. We're on a lot of the sort of walks. We've got bicycle shed, as you said. We've got the Wally to Wear. We're on the Dales Way. So we get a lot of JOGs, which is the John Brooks Land's End. Some of them come fancy dress, some of them just come sort of normal. I'm going to do the John Brooks Land's End, but I'm going to take 2 years to do it.
Yeah, my father and my mother-in-law, stepmother even, they're very keen to be doing it. They've planned it in their MG, and they're going to go. I think they're going to go John O'Groats to Land's End. So end up somewhere nice and warm and sunny, as opposed to what might be up at the other end. Not that I'm being stereotypical or have anything against the Scottish, but I'd rather be in Cornwall. I'd rather
One of the
be in
things we've
Cornwall.
forgotten is Kendal Mint Cake, which
Yes.
Edmund Hillary took up Everest, and Shackleton took it on one of his excursions as well. So when you get here, there's sort of something to tempt you to go walking on the fell.
Now, I'm quite a rotund guy, as you might have gathered. Now, traveling around the country doing geocaching, which is the thing that I'm most passionate about, which is a GPS treasure hunt. I've come across food or cafes all over the area. Now, I was up in Coniston not all that long ago, and I found a really good cafe there, and they'd got some really good food. And I went up to Grasmere, and I came across the Grasmere gingerbread, which is I'm going to drive from Coventry all the way up there to get some gingerbread. And if only there was a hostel somewhere.
That shop or online, you can't buy it anywhere else.
No, there's lots of recipes for it online, but it's
no, it's in the vault. It's in the vault in a bank in Ambleside.
I've never been able to come across anything like it. So anyway, I'll stop talking about food because I know that for many of us it's lunchtime. You were saying that you've got some key workers coming to stay today, so
You said we've got some work. Just one at the moment.
Yeah, just the one.
We've got coming in. Yeah, it's a gentleman that we've had before, and it's a very nice guy. And it's not obviously a situation that's going on, but we do have 14 rooms in total, and we can sleep up to sort of 66. But at the moment, it's just going to be accommodating one person. So it's not a very profitable business at the moment, as we but we're doing it, don't we? It's the way of life, really.
I was chatting with Jan yesterday, and we were sort of guesstimating when things are going to start reopening, and you were reckoning maybe July the 4th is where they're thinking.
The start of July is a possibility, but I'm pretty much assuming that that's going to alter again. The problem that we've got at the moment is obviously we've got a lot of bookings for this time of year, and a lot of them are sort of cycling groups, people that are getting together, so family, friends, people that want to walk things like the Dales Way and see the Lake District, and even stuff like stag groups and stuff like that. And they're ringing us and going, so what's going on with our booking? Do we know what we're doing? So we're pretty much contacting everybody up until the 1st of July and saying this is the situation that we've got at the moment. We do believe that we will be open later in the year, but the date is something that we're not quite sure on. We think that the parameters might have changed by then as well. So we're trying to get people to defer their bookings. Most people have gone for September onwards. I think it gives them a chance to get back to work, get back to doing what they're doing. Obviously, they've took a lot of time off as well. So it's trying to get back to normal life before they rearrange. A holiday isn't something that you need, and it's not a necessary thing at the moment. So a lot of people are just saying, actually, we're going to write off this year and we're not going to come back till next year. But that's not a problem. There's not much we can do about it. And we'd rather
still be here.
Yeah, we're still going to be here. And we're going to be when we can. So yeah, it's just I don't want to say yes, we're definitely going to be open in July and then have to let people down again, because this is the problem. It's the uncertainty of the situation. Sam,
can I just mention we have a cat, George Hostel cat. He's not actually here at the moment, the ginger cat, and he gets more like he's got more corners than I have. And he also gets more presents than we do, doesn't he?
He does.
So we've seen the dog. Is the cat around?
About a month ago, so I've never.
We've seen the dog. Is the cat around?
The cat's not around because
that's moved to my house.
Because nobody's here at the moment. We decided to take the cat to Jan's house. She only lives 5 minutes down the corner, but you come every day to walk the plants, don't you?
Yeah, and he follows me. He follows me. Yeah.
The dog is. We used to have a lovely black Labrador. Not that Fizz, the new dog, isn't lovely, but she was great with the guests. We get so many international people, and if they're travelling for sort of 6 months a year, they miss their family pets. That's what they miss from home. The family, they can FaceTime, they can email, they can send pictures. But your personal pets, yeah, you can't personally touch your pets and have a conversation. So we used to have the black Labrador. She'd come in, and everybody even asks now, where's? Unfortunately, she died last year.
She was 12. She was 12, yeah.
But even people now, they go, oh, so where's Maisie? And we go, unfortunately, Maisie's not here, but the cat's still here, and they remember the cat. And the cat is great. He's very independent. He gives off a great atmosphere because he's not allowed in the corridors, he's not allowed in the kitchen, he's not allowed in the dining room. So
all the bedrooms.
All the bedrooms.
No, he's not allowed in the bedrooms. Some people take it, yes.
They do, and but they love it, and he's very independent, so he's not one of them cats that as soon as you sit down and come and sit on your knee, he picks and chooses who he likes, and it generally is the people that want to see him and he will talk to him.
Brilliant. So how good are your legs this morning? Or this afternoon?
Sorry?
how good are your legs this afternoon? Do you fancy taking us on a bit of a tour? We've seen the
I
kitchen
can
and
try
the
and
dining
take you
room.
for a little bit of a tour.
Yeah, thank you.
We can see how good. The problem with the building, because of it being so big, the internet's not the best everywhere. But we can
Okay.
go.
Yeah, please.
So we'll yeah, that's one of my dogs. He's not normally
What's the
here.
dog's name?
So that's Bobby. Oh, he's deciding to come with us.
Bobby.
Oh, so John just saying that we've got all the pictures. So we've got which sheep are
Oh,
they?
there's a picture of
Swallowdale.
you on the wall there.
Oh yes, the family silver. But you can see that this is our beautiful staircase. So it takes up most of the building. Oh. So this is where we'll test the internet at the moment.
Okay. So,
So this is one of our family rooms. So
Okay,
there's a double bed with a single above in here, and then there's 2 sets of bunk beds just there. So they're very sturdy bunk beds. They're not like your rickety metal beds that you get somewhere. They don't creak a lot, and there's an ensuite bathroom in the corner.
and what would a typical room like that cost for an evening?
So with that room, we don't sell it as a whole room. So we don't assume that room is £200 a night. If there was only you, say your partner and a child, we only charge for the people that are actually staying in the room.
Okay.
So we charge during the week. It's so Sunday to Thursday, it's £20 per adult per night, and on the weekend it's £22 per adult per night. And then for children, we charge £14 per night.
That's certainly very, very, very good value, especially in somewhere that's such a tourist hotspot as Kendal and the Lake District.
Yeah, so it's we're not about making lots of money, and we're just trying to give people a different experience. And we'll find that a lot of families come. And I'm just going down to the lounge area, and they will say, "Oh, we've never really thought about staying in a hostel. Is this the sort of thing? I'm not quite sure how it works." And I say, as long as you like socialising, obviously you don't have to socialise, but if you want to, you've got the option. And also, if you've got your own bedroom, then you don't have to socialise either. So it gives people the option. But a lot of people come back, and they bring their families, and they may have children. And I've even seen them children that they'll come in the kitchen to get a glass of water, and these little children will be talking to me, and they tend to be very open children as well. So you can have a chat with them, and most of the time the feedback is, this is fantastic. We would have never thought of doing this ever before, but we've heard people do it, and the comments, and it's always good feedback that we get for it.
Yeah, well, we've got Judy, who I mentioned earlier on. She's saying that that's a good price for a stay over. We also had a comment from somebody who's saying hello from Portugal. So do you have many international visitors to the hostel?
So we do get a lot of international visitors. They come from all over. We do tend to get the Chinese, the Japanese. We get a lot of Australians. We seem to get in a lot of more Indian families coming over the last few years. We get a lot of single travellers, and it tends to be with the single travellers, like Jan was saying before, that she is quite happy to go and hostel. It's the fact that even though you're travelling on your own, you've still got company at the same time.
Yes.
So it's not. And to be honest, I feel better when she's John's 60. How old are you today? 63. 63 today, Jan is.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so happy birthday to Jan.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy. That's enough of that. It's nice.
He's singing you happy birthday.
So, are you doing anything special for your birthday?
Are you doing anything special for your birthday? Well, apart from this and spending time with me and spending time in the hostel, we're not doing anything. We might go and walk the dogs this afternoon because the weather's so nice. No.
Brilliant. Okay. how good's the signal at the front of the hostel? Could you sort of take us out the front door and show us up and down the high street, see how Kendal looks
I can
today?
try and show you. Oh, so there's a picture of George. This is our hostel cat.
Okay.
Somebody sent us that picture. Oh, right. So our entrance is actually in an alleyway.
Okay.
So I'll turn around in a moment. So this is our entrance. So we've got a little leaflet stand outside because we get a lot of people passing, and if we're not around, they might just want to pick up a leaflet. And then we've got some sort of flowers. And behind us here is, a lot of people will know, it's the Brewery Arts Centre. So the Brewery Arts Centre, they have a cinema, they have a bar, they have a restaurant. So we've had some memorials done a few years ago. So this is one of them. And so this is Jan, so whose birthday it is. And this is some sheep. And that's our old dog, that's Maisie. So she's being a shepherdess there. So this is a plaque. So Princess Anne came to the Brewery Arts Centre and the hostel in 1987, because the hostel wasn't originally in where it is now. It was out on the outskirts of Kendal, so probably maybe a 15-minute walk from where this was. And what they decided is that because the Brewery Arts Centre was coming to this area, they wanted to have some accommodation that was able to bring people to Kendal and to be able to join together and create a great atmosphere between them both and a partnership. So that's how it came around. And obviously we've got a better location than what we did have. So we had another mural put up, and this is, we got somebody to paint it on the wall. So this is the Kendal Museum's entrance. So this is George on the wall. This is our library. This is the Leyland Motors clock, and it's actually in the Brewery Arts Centre now, and it was taken from Chap and brought down here. So that's our town hall, and another historic building. We have the Chocolate House. This is at Scout Scar. They've got what they call, it's the mushroom, and inside it's like a dome, and it shows you what mountains that you're looking at when you look out over. And you can even see Morecambe Bay from there as well. So we're not actually that far away from the sea either. So you've got the lakes within 10 minutes and you've got the sea within about 10, 15 minutes. So there's a few different things.
Is that drive time or walk time?
I don't know how good the signal will be, but this is, we're on the main street. So this is the entrance to our building, and it says the brewery. So this is a very old area, and I'll just try not to get people in it. So this is the main street into Kendal. This is a one-way system, and just literally, if anyone can see, about 300 yards, you'll see the town hall clock just standing up with the spire, and that is Kendal town centre. So literally, we are literally a stone's throw away. And looking down this way is we've got the Highgate Hotel down there, and then we've got there's the main A6 into Kendal. So this is actually the main stretch. So hotels just come outside and go at one of the dogs. Yeah, so we are obviously, a lot of people come to the hostel specifically for walking, and we've got quite a lot of different walks that specifically come from the hostel, because we don't want people to stay out of the area. We want to keep them in Kendal. We want them to keep them to shop local and see things that we've got, because we've got so many things that just because we're not Windermere and we're just on the edge of the Lake District, people don't think that there's anything in the surrounding area to do. I'm going to go back in.
Some people would prefer to be that little bit far outside, because they're not going to be paying the overly extortionate prices that some places charge, knowing that they're in such a tourist-driven area. So you're going to get a bit better value, if not a lot better value, staying that little bit further out. And more importantly, you're away from as many other people. So it's still a stone's throw away. It's still an easy, and I guess there's lots of buses, if you haven't got transport, that will take you to those bigger touristy areas.
Well, this is the thing that the public transport for Kendal is fantastic. Like Jan said before, Kendal has its own train station. We also got Oxenholme train station that's only 5 minutes train ride from Kendal. And the Oxenholme train station is on the main line from London Euston to Glasgow. So you can just hop on a train and you can be here within sort of 2.5 hours. And to get to Windermere, it's 15 minutes on the train. We have Stagecoach as our local bus company. And what they do is they can give you options to have day passes or 3-day passes or week passes or even a month pass. So a day pass for unlimited travel in the Lake District is £11. I think it's £11.30 at the moment for the day. But the buses run 18 hours of the day. So I think the first bus from Kendal is about 20 to 6 in the morning. And you can go anywhere you need to. And you literally, it's like a little card. And every bus driver you give it to, you can go on the buses and use it. And for 3 days, for how much is it for the 3-day pass? Yeah, so for the 3-day pass, it's about £22. But then for the 7-day pass, it's £28.50, I think it is. So you don't, you can use it. Well, it's nothing really. Well, I think just to get the bus to Windermere probably cost you about £5-6 anyways. So having the ability to go up to Keswick, you can be at Keswick within an hour and a half, and the bus journey is fabulous. It takes you through Windermere, takes you through Ambleside, Grasmere, and all the way up to Keswick. So, and yeah, they have double-decker buses, and they've got open-top buses with commentaries on as well. So it's really up to date with the times, and it's a great experience as well. They have internet, USB charging for your phones. So yeah, pretty much everything that you're going to need.
Excellent. And did I see a curry house almost literally over the road?
So we've got Chinese just over the road. We've got a curry house about 3 minutes away. We've got Gintana. That's a Thai restaurant across the road. Just down the road, we've got the Spanish Cafe. Opposite that, we've got Brew Brothers. We've got Wetherspoons. We've got the Shakespeare. We've got the New Inn. The Fleece as well. We are bombarded. I've never seen so many pubs still open in one area. It seems to be that we've got a bit of everything here.
Excellent. And as you showed us earlier on in the video, you've got that really well-equipped professional catering kitchen that people can just go and use. So if they don't want to go out and eat out, if they want to do something on a budget, or actually to have that time together as a family, maybe mix with other people, use the facilities of the hostel. That's what hosteling is all about.
Well, that's it, yeah. So obviously a lot of hostels, I know recently over the last few years, I found out from talking to other travellers and ones that I visited, that people are saying that the problem with hostels now is obviously they used to have these huge kitchens where people could prepare their own food, prepare their lunch, breakfast, etc. And they're now just putting sort of one sort of worktop with a toaster and a microwave on. Jan was just saying that she used to go and stay at St Pancras in London, the Wyatt Chair. They don't even have a kitchen anymore. So the Wyatt Chair is trying to alter the way that hostels work. They want to do more of the cafe side, and they want to cater for people. But that's not what everyone wants, especially the people that come here. They've got things to do. They're planning to do things. So they'll have their breakfast in the morning, and then they'll make their packed lunch, so a sandwich or some pasta, and they'll take it with them, and then they can bring it back later. They can wash all the things that they've used and have their dinner. So yeah, I know that somebody's put, is there any parking? So unfortunately we don't have parking for us ourselves. We don't even have staff parking, unfortunately. But just behind us in the Brewery Arts Centre, they've got a huge car park. And they charge per hour during the day, but after 6 o'clock at night till 9 o'clock in the morning, they just charge £1.20 overnight. But they do day passes. There's a really good car park scheme that the local South Lakeland District Council have run, and it's either 3 or 7 day passes. And what it does is the 3-day parking pass for them is £15 per car. But that isn't just Kendal. So there's about 5 different car parks in Kendal you can use, but they've also got a car park in Windermere, in Bonus, in Ambleside. So that £15 that you're paying for 3 days, you can take your car to these other places and you won't have to pay again for parking. So that's fantastic that they do that. And like I said, because it's intertwined with the other towns, you're not wasting thinking, oh, I don't want to go there because I've paid to park my car here. So, and obviously we try and encourage people to use public transport, but sometimes it's not feasible for everybody. So yeah, there is free parking. So if you don't mind walking 5-10 minutes, there's free parking overnight on the streets that are very quiet. So yeah, there is other options.
Yeah. And is there a park and ride scheme in Kendal at all?
So it's something that I've mentioned for a few years now, a park and ride, but we haven't actually got one yet. I know they've got one in Lancaster, so it tends to be the bigger cities are doing the park and rides. I don't know if they do the park and explore pass with the buses, don't they? So they're trying to bring it in that way, but not specifically a park and ride for Kendal. Okay. They're doing the park and explore for the buses. So.
Okay, so Judy is just saying thanks for answering her a question about the parking. So we've been chatting now for about half hour. So I think we've certainly got a very good idea of the facilities and the various things that will draw us to Kendal, apart from two lovely ladies, a cat and a couple of dogs potentially. I just wondered if you've got anything else you'd like to add, because I'm conscious of taking up your time, especially when you've got to get ready, and more importantly, spend time with your mum on her birthday.
Yeah, I know. When I came this morning, she said, I said, so what are we going to do for your birthday? She said, well, we've got plans at 1 o'clock. And I thought we'd got a great idea of going walking, or I don't know what we're going to do. And she's like, no, we're going into work and we're doing something work related. So, but any chance to spend time with my mum is lovely. And it's probably one of the good things about the business is, obviously, we are a family business, and earlier this year we did actually get nominated in the People's Choice Awards for the Family Business Awards. We didn't win our category, unfortunately. We were against Pennant & Tees and other people in Kendal that are very more well known than we are. And they got more votes than us. But just to be nominated for that, we ended up going to Manchester Airport and actually had dinner under Concord. And to be honest, we don't, even though we're mother and daughter, because of the business, we don't spend that much time together outside of the business. So she, my sister has a shooting and fishing ground in the West Midlands, and she ends up going to help her do that instead. So we don't get a lot of family time together because of it's all
one of us
work.
has got to be here.
Well, yeah. So, and I stay at home, and she dozes off and does all the research for me.
Well, I'm not a hostel, but if ever you need somewhere in the Midlands, if you're down this way visiting your sister, if she won't put you up, then feel free to get in touch. If
I live in the Midlands, so you can go and stay with him.
I'm in Coventry.
Unfortunately, you might regret this because everybody that offers somewhere to stay, she takes it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you haven't been to China. Was it Japan? We had a guest, and his son came over, and he wasn't having a great time. I think he was very homesick, and his parents were quite worried about him. And he come and found us, and he was here for what? He meant to stay 2 nights. I think he stayed for about a month or so. And the gentleman said,
offered to pay
for her to go over and go and stay with the family. So she hasn't took them up yet, but I'm sure. I said to the gentleman, I said, you do realise she will be coming.
Brilliant. Well, I'm in Coventry, if that helps at all.
He's in Coventry.
Long time since I've been to Coventry.
Were you sent here?
Jan's.
Yeah.
Were you sent to Coventry?
You going to come to Coventry?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Have you got a hostel?
Okay. Well,
I want to check it out.
Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. You don't look a day over 21.
You don't look a day over 21.
I feel it.
But go for a nice walk, get some fresh air, and make sure she looks after you. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you very much for the time. And as soon as we're allowed out to play, I'll make sure that Kendal Hostel is on my.
We look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
I will do. I should be
Lots
fairly
of breweries in Cumbria.
recognised.
We do lots with the water.
Cool. Be seeing you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
There we go.